Hello, Quantum Leap callers. Happy Thursday. It's Krystal Downey-Shada. Super excited to leave you a message today about finishing. You know, we are just wrapping up May, which means we've got about 5 weeks left in the Mary Kay year. And part of the conversation that my Offspring sales director and I had, Meg and I were discussing last night with our teams, the power in finishing and why it matters and what is gained by doing so. So if you are in the process of finishing up a big goal, sometimes before the end, we can find ourselves in a position feeling like, I don't know if this is happening. And in that not knowing and that lack of assuredness, we can get a little freaked out and we can sabotage ourselves. And so understanding that, first of all, making that commitment, deciding, saying, this is happening, and until or unless I know differently, that is the only thought I'm thinking, and focusing that direction can be super powerful. So that's one of the things that we talked about on our Wild Wednesday last night. The other thing that we discussed was that perhaps you're in a position where you didn't really set much of a goal for this year, or you're just in a spot where you're just not really, there's nothing to really rally for between now and Mary Kay year end for yourself in your own Mary Kay business. I mean, we can always rally for our team. We can always rally for our unit. There's always things that we can rally for, but within ourselves, sometimes we can find ourselves in a spot where there's not much to rally for. And one of the things that I know for sure is that my best years were teed up with great Julys, and they were teed up with great July because of the momentum finishing May and through June. It didn't happen because I decided to go to work in July. It happened prior to that. And so I would just invite you to, whether you have a big goal that you're finishing and it's a decision that you're making that no matter what, come heck or high water, and both will happen, that I'm in it and I'm going to see it all the way through the end. There's so much confidence that can be built from that and by that, by being a finisher and practicing the finishing. You know, some of our greatest sabotage techniques for ourselves come in those finishing moments, in the wobble or in the waver of our commitment, instead of just practicing staying the course and reminding ourselves why it matters to us, why we set the goal in the first place, and then tracking where we're at and counting down. My dear friend Melinda Bell was a guest speaker for some special qualifiers within my unit, and she talked about the value, of course, of tracking, of course, but she even took it a step further to say, let's count down in the tracking. Where are we at? And let's see that number go down all the way to zero. And so first of all, knowing what you have left towards a goal, then tracking it on a daily basis and seeing that number coming down, making friends with that number as it continues to move in the direction that you're excited to have it move. So that's super powerful. And again, if you're one of those people where, well, I didn't really set too much and I'm not sure what to do in the next 5 weeks, well, then what I would say to you is, what can you accomplish in the next 5 weeks that will not only finish this year on a great note, but will also set you up with great momentum for July. You know, I have been one of those people that I thought, well, if I don't work due to, huge amount in May and June, then July will be bigger because I didn't stretch too much in May and June. And that is not true. I'm just going to tell you from personal experience more than once that the momentum is so powerful. You know, John C. Maxwell talks about the Big Mo in one of his 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, I think is the name of the book. And he talks about the Big Mo being one of them, and that's momentum. And momentum, in life, 1 + 1 = 2, but in momentum, 1 + 1 = 32. I mean, it's bigger. Momentum can provide so much more, which is why you want to go to work now and get the bugs worked out and get the systems in place and get your life surrounded around so that it works together, so that when you hit July 1, you're already in motion. You already have the momentum built or building. And that's powerful. Momentum's kind of like those people movers that are in airports. You're trucking along, walking pretty good, got your bag, you're pulling it behind you, and then you hit a people mover, and now we are off to the races. And it's exciting because there's big movement. And that's how momentum works. That's what momentum feels like. And if you want that, as you're moving into the new year, it starts now. It starts today. It doesn't even start June 1. It starts today. It's how you finish May. How do you show up in May? Getting it rolling, getting it moving. So that's my message for you. Make it an awesome, awesome day today. Hugs to you.